She's the best to ever do it, ever.
She was like, I'm just gonna win no matter what it takes.
The biggest moments are her best moments.
That's Dee's superpower.
Well, I think we know what we're all doing this weekend. Yeah, that's just a snippet of the new 3-part docuseries all about Phoenix Mercury legend Diana Taurasi, which is now streaming on Prime Video. From her college championships to Olympic golds, yes, golds, plural, and WNBA titles, this series, it offers an intimate look at Taurasi's journey both on and off the court, sharing the grit, the heart, the real-life challenges behind her legendary career, being the best woman in the WNBA and everything that comes with that. This morning, we are chatting with Katie Bender Wynn, the director of Taurasi, to hear what inspired her to tell Taurasi's story. And I think, Katie, I want to start there. You are a big-time director. Why Diana? What story did you want to tell?
Yeah, I mean, when I first got approached about Diana, I was just so fascinated reading about her. I just felt like I hadn't really, come across a female athlete or an athlete like this before. And obviously, I really wanted to dig in and try to understand who this person was off the court. Obviously, she's such a fierce and loud competitor. And I feel like, knowing that she was notoriously a private person, I mean, that for me as a filmmaker, that's fascinating. And I wanted to get to know who she was off the court.
So what did you uncover? Because again, we're Phoenix. So Diana to us is someone who we will talk about for decades and decades. And you're right, notoriously private. What did you uncover doing this series?
I think that, honestly, I think she is a star off the court. Diana has so much wit, and I think that there's such a deeper story with her family and her upbringing. And so, one of the goals in starting this was I didn't want to make like a Talking Heads docuseries. I really wanted just like the closest people in her life to really be characters throughout these 3 episodes. I think once you kind of unravel the people around her, it helps you understand who she is and where she came from. And, getting to know her family, they're just equally just incredible people. And you really feel that development throughout the series.
When you're talking to some of these athletes, they have had a lot of media training. I mean, Diana's been interviewed thousands and thousands of times. But how do you really dig in, Katie? How do you really get to the real Diana with the real raw answers that you need to carry a documentary?
Yeah, I mean, I think like anything is like building a friendship, she had to trust me, and I do think I was the right sounding board. I grew up as an athlete, so I understand what her upbringing was throughout being an athlete in the world of female sports. I think especially in like the 90s and early 2000s. So that was a pretty easy thing to just talk about sport. But in terms of just like the everyday, I mean, it helps when your energy, I think, meets. And I just think that I was someone that was probably not going to annoy her. I understand these high performance environments, and I feel like I'm probably cut from the same cloth with her wife Penny. I'm Australian. I'm from Melbourne. The accent's familiar. So all these things just probably made her feel comfortable.
We feel like we know her. Are the luckiest WNBA franchise in the entire world because we had Diana. But what are some things that you think that after we watch this documentary, we'll be surprised to learn about her?
I think that, I feel like every time we were off the court, there's just in these verite moments, there are these gems. Like every time I'm with her, she says something funny. And I think that you're going to understand that she's just as witty, she's just as down to earth and raw, like off the court. And I think to get a glimpse into that for a lot of these Phoenix fans, I think is going to be really interesting. And she goes into stories that maybe you haven't heard of. We offset obviously a lot of her highs and accolades with the hard times, and she opens up about that. And that's really important that I think she did that, and we were able to pull that from her, because I think that's what makes this, an interesting piece.
I feel like every Phoenician is going to be streaming this weekend. Katie, we have to thank you because, again, this is someone who has been a legend in our community. So for you to put a spotlight on her is a real treat for us. So thank you so much for your work. We can't wait to stream Taurasi, which is available right now on Amazon Prime. Thanks again so much, Katie.